Yeah, man. Hey, listen. What's going down? It's your boy, YoungC.a.u.s.e. Cocktails and Intellect podcast. We are back. And it's a very special episode. An episode that I feel is one of the most important episodes that we're about to rock with. Yes. But first and foremost, again, I am your man, YoungC.a.u.s.e., the man that they love to hate but to shake his hand anyway. I got my beautiful host with me.
The Ziggy.
The Ziggy is in the building, right? So,
and we have two very special guests.
Very special guests. All right. And we brought these guests on the show today because we wanted to discuss on this No Chaser a matter at hand that's going on across the United States right now. I think at an alarming rate. I think it's been happening, what we've been seeing, but it's just being recorded now, right? Okay, so we're gonna jump into that in a second. But I do want to introduce our guests, or have them introduce themselves, as a matter of fact. And introduce yourself, mommy, and let the people know where they can find you on Instagram or wherever you go.
Okay, my name is Malaika. On Instagram, I'm angelic_enchantress34. Okay.
Oh, shit. Wait, angelic_enchantress.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be able to spell enchantress.
Nobody's going to be able to spell it.
Wow.
It's a big one.
But that's where you can find her. Holy shit.
Google it first.
Google it first,
Word. Definitely. Thank you very much for coming on the show, you know what I'm saying? And then we have our special guest over here in the background, my man.
Someone who is very connected to the community.
And all about black lives, all about black businesses. Me love it, yo. You see his shirt?
Yeah.
One love. I'm Russell Drake. I don't have a cool Instagram name. It's just Russell Drake.
Just Russell Drake.
You can also check me out at Bill Black Daily.
I'm sorry, that was Bill Black Daily?
Bill Black Daily.
Oh, bet. Where? That's a website?
Yeah.
Website,
Bill
social
Black.
media handle.
Okay.
Hashtag.
Go follow, because I didn't know at first that, you had started, so I just went and found it and followed you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bill Black Daily the other day.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what it is.
So,
Black. I mean, so what is the so Bill Black Daily is about what in particular?
So here's what happened. It started as a initiative where I was supporting a black business every day for the month of February.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing it for Black History Month.
Okay.
I called it initially a Black History Month upgrade. And it was an upgrade from the norm of doing facts. As I got near the end, I had too many businesses, so I kept supporting it. And I just, not highlighting, but supporting, getting time with them and highlighting them. So I'm breaking bread with your business. I'm referring people to your business. And so then I was like, maybe I can make it to 100 days. Got to 100, let me try to get to 200. Let me try to get to 300. And then after getting to 300, I had to go to 365, right?
Hello.
You can't stop. And good people like the Ziggy were able to refer me to people because it's hard to find a black business, a different one every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so different people were helping me and saying, hey, why don't you check out this person? This is my friend. This is my cousin. And just kept going. And then in October, I was like, I figured out what I was doing. I was like, I'm building Black Daily. So started Build Black Daily.
That.
And, the goal is to build economically, socially, educationally, and civically. But keeping economics at the top because we don't have one group that keeps black economics at the top. It's like it's an alternative. Like, oh, yeah, we should think about that.
Yeah, but I feel like it's the most important.
It is. It's the most paramount. Yeah. And we have, social justice is crucial. Educational justice is.
Man, look, it's like everything you're saying is going to tie into exactly what the hell I'm about to get into in a second because everything you're saying can happen, but it's like almost like which came first, the chicken or the egg? Do we need that first and then police reform? Or, you know what I'm saying?
We want it all.
Yeah, all right.
We want it all, but it's like, because at the moment I got the juice and I'm pushing it, So I'm going to keep pushing it and doing it here in Central Florida and then going around the state to different areas to really, I think, do coalition building of black businesses, do owner and CEO just building sessions. See, people should know that, somebody has a studio over here. I have a podcast. I can use that studio. I can use that office. I need a designer. We need to find some good eateries, reliable eateries. I need a caterer. I had some friends in town this weekend staying at a timeshare. We had caterers every day of the week for them, and they were all black owned.
Wonderful.
And even if you support, say, you tell people to support a black owned business downtown like 534 Scratch Kitchen.
Pause. Sorry about that. Speaking of that, chime in here. Black-owned business right here the Liquor Library and Wine Market, our official sponsors for the Cocktails and Intellect podcast show.
Is this?
Yes.
Oh, I need to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the owner.
131
I'll introduce you to him.
North Orange Avenue between Jefferson and Washington, Suite 102. As a matter of
Suite, you
fact,
can't
yeah,
miss it 'cause
sweet.
it's
Yeah, you can't miss it. It's right next to Insomnia Cookies. You know what I mean? Whatever.
To people who still drink liquor.
To people, but yeah, man, come get your wines, your spirits. You know what I mean? And
Or juice.
black owned. Yeah, I mean, or juice, or juice.
They
Yes,
sell
definitely.
soda. They sell juice.
Definitely.
They sell,
Cranberry,
Definitely.
apple, raspberry.
But
Like what?
Before we move forward,
Delicious.
though, this is always an official thing on the Cocktails and Intellect podcast. Ziggy, are we gonna go ahead and crack this open and get our drink on?
All right.
You want me to crack it open?
You can crack. You
All
can
right.
do the honors.
All right, bet,
You're good
bet,
at
bet.
that. I'm good at
Yeah.
drinking.
And while I'm doing that, hold
he's
on.
good at opening.
Malika, what do you do?
I actually do consulting for different operations for businesses and administrative work, as well as revamping furniture.
Really?
Really, like upholstery.
You're like my mom. Like she takes.
I like resanding, redistressing,
Yeah.
Repurposing it.
yeah, repurposing it.
Yes.
That is
yes.
cool.
So that's kind of what I like to
So
do.
you need like an HG. What?
Give me the glass.
I'm finna slide one down there.
Right, yeah,
just like
however you want to do
slide.
it.
No, he's not
Yeah.
drinking. I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, you can crack
Yeah,
open.
you can
your
crack
juice.
open
Yeah.
your
Sorry.
Russell's over here on some what is that? Apple, cranberry, raspberry.
That
That
sounds
real stuff.
That
delicious.
real shit.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. And mind you, this is literally called the No Chaser episode, by the way. But damn it, Russell. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Oh,
This
he
ain't
doing
chasing.
He right. No, he right. He don't got no chaser in
No,
his
it's just
drink. It's just juice. Yeah, man. Oh man. But anyways, yeah. So you is it reupholstery?
Repurpose.
Because
So
you
she does it
repurpose
all.
because there's a lot of other things that go behind doing or refinishing old furniture.
Correct.
so
I would say
cool.
repurposing, like
Okay.
she said, or
Bet.
resanding, antiquing.
How long you been
just,
doing that?
I've been doing it for like 15 years,
Get
just
the
for
hell
fun for
outta
myself.
here.
But now I'm decided to like let other people know.
Yeah, you gotta start.
People
I
will
mean,
pay
you
for
got a
that.
whole business for that and anything like that. Like, or you just been doing it like as a hobby.
I've been doing it as a hobby, but now I'm starting it
Tripping,
as a
kid.
I love it.
business.
You tripping?
I need to interview you as well.
Yeah.
People
Another
need
black-owned
that.
business. You know what I'm saying?
People
Yeah, because
need
sometimes
that
you have
right
furniture
now.
that you really, really like, but you know your pets tore it up or something, or you just wanted to
Your
kind
grandmother's
of be
old
modern or
chair.
something. Yeah, old chair, so
Right,
revamp
right,
it. Yeah.
right. Okay, that's
awesome.
what it is. That's what it is, man. But
I love
yeah. So we had to crack the. I'm gonna salute right now
Pass the
to the No
Cavassier.
Chaser episode. Thank y'all again for coming. I'm gonna thank y'all right now because after we start discussing what we're discussing, it's gonna get pretty deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Salute. Salute, my man.
My brother.
Yeah. So listen. On this episode of No Chaser, we are I want to specifically just touch on the amount of just black deaths by the police. All right. A lot of people consider this topic taboo. A lot of people, they got to be, what is it called when you got a representative? They got to be PR stunting is what I call it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't say this, don't say that, kind of
Politically
be
correct.
Yeah, politically correct and shit. You know what I mean? And that's not what we about at all. You know what I mean?
Not on the No Chaser.
It's
episode.
disheartening to me, you know what I mean? The amount of videos that I'm now seeing of people just getting murdered, blatantly murdered by the police. You know what I mean?
Like, why don't we? And I know, and I'm a very objective thinker, so I try to prove things wrong before I agree, but there's no way I can prove that wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Coming from a statistics background in psychology, it's all about numbers. I never see Caucasian people die at the hands of police ever. Like, I never really see that.
Oh, well, see, that's the thing, though. It's out there.
Yeah, it happens.
It's out there. It is out there.
I would
okay?
like to see it.
You-
I mean, not like.
Well,
I don't
see,
wanna-
that's the thing though. Visually, it's like nowadays we're programmed to be like, oh, well, I gotta see it because everything's on social media now. There are Caucasians out there dying by the hands of police, but they obviously done some wild shit. Of course. Now, I say that to say this: what we are seeing is the Caucasians that are not getting killed by the police, right?
Right.
The guys that just
Correct.
shot up 15 million people in the church or some crazy shit like that. I'm literally exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Who was the guy that shot up the church?
Dylan Ruth
Yeah, he just
Walked out, handcuffed, fed him a burger, right?
said he was hungry.
You got the guy that was at the protest, the young kid at the protest with the AR or whatever that was, and just walking through the block. Pictures of him literally just walking through the block with the burner. What happened to him? Did he die?
No.
But did he die though? Okay. So this is the problem. Right, let's not focus on what we don't see as far as white people getting killed, because this is the same shit that white people are talking about. Oh, well, white people get killed all the time, man. Fuck all of that shit. That's in my mind. It's like, fuck that.
I want to see more of that. That would help them prove their point, because as of now, they don't. It's literally they're targeting black people. That's what it looks like.
It is. What happens is when that happens, that white officer gets fired. That white officer's stripped of his pension. Something happens immediately. The problem is there's no justice.
Right.
It's like what we saw with George Floyd's tragic murder was a real life lynching. Like I never thought I'd see a lynching in my lifetime.
Yes.
And that's exactly what that was. And I watched the whole thing. And it's like that's hard to watch, period. Especially, and it's like, I teared up because I'm like, he can't do anything. And he's just, taking this, and this guy's doing it mercilessly. It's like while we talk about, he got convicted as he should have. And, my thing, I would have liked to hear from him to say, what could you say? Tell me, I'd like to know what was going through your head to know that.
He didn't want to do it because he would incriminate himself.
And I get
literally.
that. I get, and absolutely. But I mean, even now, it's like, I settled to know what was going through that person's head. Tell everybody what you were thinking, because, everybody's saying, oh, he must have been temporarily insane. I'm like,
man, get the fuck out of here.
I don't, as a police officer, you don't get to use temporarily insane.
You shouldn't be on the force if you were temporarily insane.
You should be trained in
or insane in general.
Period. Yeah, I agree. How are you going to protect us if you go insane?
Let me ask. Okay, what are your thoughts on that? We've all seen it, the George Floyd. And this is one aspect we're touching here.
Correct.
The George Floyd situation. What were when it first happened? What was your thought process?
My thought process when it first happened was just, like he said, it was hard to watch. It was just sad because you could see how impartial the police were in regards to this man, because nothing he did deserved his death. Even if it was a crime or not, it's like to just suffocate somebody like that just because you have the power to.
Okay. That's kind of my thought process, my thought process as well, because you're talking about a specific let me not say specific, but you're talking about the situation where it was a supposed fake $20 bill.
Correct.
If you see, I'm the type of person, when I analyze a problem or an issue, I want to go to the root of it, right?
Yeah.
So where did it start? Obviously, it started by him rolling up to wherever he was at, that convenience store, and supposedly giving a fake $20 bill. Are you fucking telling me that this man, that everything that transpired after that led to this man's murder?
Yeah, $20 deserves you to die.
A fake $20. A fake 20. Put it in construct real quick. Not even a real $20 bill. A fake
$20 bill.
$20 bill.
A human being would have been like, why are you trying to use it? Here, I'll give you a real 20. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
There's so many different ways that could have went. So many different ways that could have went. You know what I mean? But then I just watched a video the other day. I think Sean King, shout out to you, boy. I'm telling you, because
yeah, he put a lot of things.
Yeah, he literally put a video up of this white man in a stairwell with a couple of police officers and has a knife in his hand, and he's literally swinging at the police officers. Oh, he left in handcuffs. He left in handcuffs. Who was the young black woman that just passed away recently from 4 shots to her back?
Micaiah?
Yep.
I think it's Micaiah.
Yeah.
That's my daughter's name.
Now, mind you, we don't know the details, right? And of course, visually, remember your visual construct, right? I get that. I was just about to go there. I know. I get it. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Now, we're afraid to call the police to save our lives from endangerment, if you would, to our own property. Yeah, all right. I'm about to be jumped by 50 people, whatever. I'm exaggerating once again, but you know what I'm going. I'm one person, and I'm about to be jumped by 5 or 10 people. You telling me until you slow-ass police officers get there, I can't defend myself? And you just happen to roll up in the midst of all of this, and I'm just supposed to just drop everything? Visually, I probably don't even see you rolling up. You know what I mean? I'm over here thinking about my life. The human body responds to life-threatening situations in a manner in which nothing else around you matters.
No.
You don't see or hear shit. You're focused on the enemy or the thing that is trying to assassinate your body and character at that time.
That's human nature.
He rolled out of that car, said, hey, now mind you, the first thing officer went for, if y'all saw the video, was his actual firearm. There's a melee of people out there doing all types of stuff. You don't even know who's who, who's what. You don't know. Someone called the police from that residence. Now, the dispatchers have a lot to do with this shit, too. Okay? They have a lot. I'm going to get into that in a moment. But the first thing he reached for was his gun. Me personally, first and foremost, fuck you cops. You niggas wear vest. You wear vest.
Beach us niggas.
All right? You wear a whole fucking vest that bullets cannot penetrate, depending on. The only thing you rolled up on the scene and saw was a knife. And a bunch of women, young kids, young girls.
He's upset.
Young girls. I didn't see a gun.
They look like nappy-headed hoes to him.
Basically, yeah.
Basically.
Much, yeah.
Yeah.
And the first thing you do was pull out the gun.
The one guy said it a long time ago.
I'm sorry, there's another video out where it was an old video. I just reposted it on my page where some white dude was over there. He literally swung at the cop and it hit the cop's hand and all this other stuff with the knife. And they're just like, hey, calm down. You better stop it. Fuck you.
I saw a video, and I think you saw this too, when the guy actually got in the cop car and pulled the fuck off.
Oh, yeah. Shit like that. Yo, if it was one of us, that car would have been lit up.
Exactly.
That car would have been lit up.
He made it to get out of his car.
Yeah, he wouldn't even got it in drive.
He got out of his car, swung at the police.
But see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. It goes back to the Philando Castillos. It goes back to Eric Garner. I mean, see, he was the one that got choked out for selling cigarettes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Choked out for selling cigarettes. And I understand this is old information, but I can go down a list, and it's just like, and it's so many on my brain right now, I can't even think. You know what I mean?
It's disgusting.
It's actually disgusting. My whole situation. How do we stop this? If there is a way to stop it.
So.
And I'm about to get into something else too. And you have children?
Yeah, I have a son.
You have a son. I'm about to get into. You have kids?
I have a daughter.
You have a daughter.
Yeah. My daughter's name is Micaiah. If that girl's name is Micaiah, like, this is my daughter's name.
Micaiah, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's Micaiah.
You have a daughter. You have a son and a daughter. You have a son.
I have a son, yeah.
I'm about to be a father.
You're having a son.
I'm having a son.
We're saying you're having a son, yeah.
He said that he's having a son. We're just going with it.
Man, it's not even about. It is about the men like myself that can fend for themselves if necessary, right? We're of age in which we can. But we are also the first ones targeted. But you see what they're doing now? They're targeting our offspring. Oh, you monkey Negroes will not survive this, because if your offsprings are not living after a while, none of y'all gonna be here.
Yeah, they kill the generations off that way.
Okay?
And also, and I know this sounds horrible, I have a son with a white man, but mixing the race with other races is a plot to get rid of the race. So keep that in mind when we're mixing.
Now, mind you, we're definitely not a racist podcast
At all.
at all.
Facts
You
are
know what I mean?
facts. Whatever
But
the
facts.
things that are going on are facts. So we're not basing anything on.
But all right, let me ask you, Russell. Wouldn't one argue that these are not facts based off of? See, I think people tend to get shit confused where it comes down to facts and then personal opinion.
Yeah.
In your mind, what are the facts when it comes down to these situations?
I mean, I think the facts when it comes down to these situations is the law enforcement has a problem.
Okay.
They have a problem overall, right?
Preach.
And their problem is they're in the only profession I've ever seen where you could get written up for violations over and over and continue to move up the ladder. They're in the only profession, where, somebody gets punished, a union comes back and takes away their punishment, and then they say, we can't punish this person anymore. So people don't get fired. People don't get eliminated. They're protected. They have a culture that needs to change. And, it's disturbing when you think about it. Also, the protocol of law enforcement. If that camera wasn't rolling, nobody gets prosecuted,
At
right?
all.
With George Floyd. Nobody gets prosecuted.
Yeah, would have got swept under the rug.
The officers that were under him, now they're guilty too, But if one of those officers jumped up and pulls Charlie off of him, that officer gets reprimanded and or fired for disrespecting his commanding officer. Nobody thinks about him saving a life. They just had a woman that just got 13 years ago fired for the same thing. She just got some restitution for that this year. And, so the profession overall has some problems that need to be curbed. And that's the first thing. Secondly, you spoke about how the white officers look at white people like, this is my child. So because this is my child or my brother, I'm giving him a break. You're right. They look at us like, let's try to get this brother or sister a charge. Let me try to aggravate them so they can do something. I know they ain't even do nothing wrong, but let me do something to spark something. Now I can get them with a disorderly conduct or resisting. And it's like, what were you even talking to me for in the first place? So there is some people that set that up. And recently they even found out a lot of law enforcement were putting money towards this guy, Kyle, the vigilante who was up in Wisconsin that had an AR-15 shooting people. They found that officers were contributing to his fund.
What would they give him? $50 or something like that? One of them,
but all those officers got fired when they got exposed.
Yeah, but then it goes back to that same shit you was talking about. Yeah. Oh, they got fired. Ooh, there should be charges brought up against that.
Right, but the thing is that he got exposed. That if it didn't get exposed, how many other officers are donating to causes like this over
millions
and over?
Correct.
Millions.
And we don't know. You look at Ferguson, right? And in Ferguson, they that tragic situation where it's like, do people like they're humans? The human thing to do when a person gets injured is you go and try to resuscitate them. You don't just leave somebody there, let alone a teenager, a child, not notifying parents.
Thing. Like they get to reprimand our children when they think they're doing something that isn't wrong. Like the whole Trayvon Martin thing. He was a kid, he was out late, whatever. That's his parents' job to
look, that's a whole different discussion because and I hear where you're going with that. One, bitch ass Zimmerman is not a cop. I'm specifically talking about these fucking cops out here right now. And I knew somebody was gonna bring up the Trayvon Martin situation, but that's that's vigilante, justice. Literally.
But
that's
a
whole
connection
different
with the cops. Though.
Yeah, it's the
so
same
that's what
thing.
Helped
like
him.
he was
I got connection with cops. I'm not pulling no vigilante stuff.
But I
like
guarantee you, but you're black, so it's a little different.
A little different. You probably wouldn't get off the same.
But I have to say that because in what
so
you were
think
saying,
he got off of that?
In his mind.
Bitch ass nigga.
And I was telling Cause there is a former police sergeant who wrote a book called Breaking Rank.
Yes.
Okay, his name is Norm Stamper.
Stamper. Y'all go look this up.
And he actually had to go away for a little while because it was so much heat being brought on him because he was kind of telling the ways that the justice system is unfair. And he said first of just the certain laws that are put in place keep them from actually protecting black people and other minorities and poor people. He's like, he knows for a fact there have been people on death row who have been killed for things that they did not do because it is set up against the impoverished. So a man who's in a position to have to fight for his life and he has not done anything cannot afford it. He's going to get
it's a business.
He can't afford it. So he's definitely going to get convicted because he can't afford the type of lawyer that has the resources and connections to get him off. And you guys have to go look at his interviews and read his book because it's all about how the policies that have been put in place are definitely against the minority impoverished neighborhoods.
What's his name again?
Norm Stamper.
Okay.
He said, and this is why I like him because he said he had been in the position of power like that and he abused it. He said
White guy?
Yeah. He said he killed a man who had a weapon or who said he had a weapon, but he didn't really have a weapon, who threatened to kill his own son, the man. So he killed the man to keep him from killing his son. But the man ended up not really having a weapon. And I guess it made him just reflect and think about the shit that he has been taught about his position of power. And they say these people have the power to shoot and to kill you regardless, but there's the same people who's supposed to be protecting you. And he has a lot of really good ideas and ways that it should be changed, but they're not going to because it's not really set up to help us.
Well, right. Okay, we can't say they're not going to because, again, I wonder, and before we take our break, I wonder if they would have ever thought that there would be such, because there was, mind you, we always went hard with the protesting. We always went hard with the gathering our people, and we always did. But now that we have these cameras and we can put anything on these platforms that we want to, do you think they may rethink the shit that they doing?
No.
Or are they going to go harder?
No. Because, okay, so the Floyd dude, he got convicted, but look at what he's getting convicted for, like manslaughter and all that shit. He's probably only going to do about 5 or 10 years in jail. He's not going to go to jail for a long time. So they're fulfilling us by saying, oh, he's getting convicted and he's up for this. He's not going up for premeditated murder to, like, you cold-blooded killed this man. He don't have that type of charge.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it goes back to economics, what I was telling Russell. We're not economically in the position we don't hold that much power. If Bill Gates says this is what the fuck needs to happen, or all my billions are off the table for this country, some shit is going to get moved.
It would get changed then. Yeah, exactly.
That's a wild way to think about that.
That's why economics should be in the forefront of this conversation.
We're still a minority in economics, so
right, factuals. I mean, at least in this country.
Well, it's an interesting thing, right? We're in terms of wealth that we accumulated. However, we're the top spenders in the nation.
Absolutely.
I was just having a wild conversation with somebody the other day about the black dollar. Why these Chinese restaurants, Korean restaurants, Korean nail shops, they all are in these hair stores. They're all in the black neighborhoods because they know that our dollar matters more than the white people.
We spend it like we're not frugal at all. We just spend it recklessly,
right.
and that's why.
Yeah.
And if we're going to, let's
spend it on black business.
Well, out of $1.5 trillion that blacks in the United States spend every year, less than 2% of that goes to black businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just get that up to 10%, that's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
We get it up to 20%, that's a grand thing. We get it up to 50%,
Woo.
we're really moving some stuff, and we got the opportunities, the quality business now, quality.
Yeah.
But there are people that will go back to a bad business that's not black owned over and over, even if it's bad.
McDonald's, Wendy's.
Anything.
I'm sorry.
Chipotle, Starbucks, and they'll be mad, but they'll go back there every day. I'm gonna go back here again.
Listen,
I'm gonna go back.
we gonna take a quick break, real quick. That's crazy that I said quick break, real quick. Pardon me. Anyways,
It's okay, cause you get a pass this weekend.
This weekend I get a hell of a pass.
Yeah,
but
you do what you want to do.
Oh man, I'm a real trapper. I do what I want, right?
Hey,
I got that from Ziggalicious. But anyway, we'll be right back. We're gonna pay some bills, baby. Hey, what's going down? It's your boy YoungC.a.u.s.e, the man that they love to hate but the shake his hand anyway. Listen, I need y'all to get yourselves directly to the Liquor Library and Wine Market, the official sponsors of the Cocktails and Intellect podcast. Listen, located at 131 North Orange Avenue between Washington and Jefferson, Suite 102. Check it out now. Come get your liquor, your wines, and your spirits. You heard? Yeah, man.
yeah, like you said, get the protein from like different. Like Vega has a good vegan protein.
Who?
Vega.
We back. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy YoungC.a.u.s.e.
We're going to jump right back into this amazing conversation we've been having. And I'm so glad we have the guests on we have today because they're very insightful.
Yes,
about
definitely.
this. I like their points of views.
So, I mean, look, I had mentioned something before in which all of you have children,
Yes.
right? Already. Okay? Now, I don't want to do the whole, imagine if it was yours, because we can all imagine that, right?
Correct.
What I need is the opinion from each of you of what could have been done differently if that were your child, period. If that was your child, your son, your daughter, you know what I mean? Because these videos that I've seen, the absolute murder of, what was she, 16? And you know what the funny thing is? When it first came out, oh my God, she was only a 15-year-old girl. And the media came out with, oh no, she wasn't 15, she was 16. Like, what the fuck does it even matter? What does that
That's
1
still
year age difference?
underdeveloped.
Yeah, what's 12
What does that even matter?
Seriously.
They really like harped on it. Like, oh no, she was not 15. Oh, this is their thing. We're just trying to state facts. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. So before you start blasting shit out there, shut the fuck up and get the facts.
Okay, he's upset.
Right.
I should be.
Yeah, he
Aren't
should.
you?
Yeah,
No, I'm saying like, don't play.
right. Because if that was your cousin, they would do the same thing. You know, if that's your relative, they do all of us the same way. It's the two assassinations. It's first the wrongful murder. Second is the character assassination
Okay.
by the media as well as the law enforcement.
To protect the law enforcement.
Yeah.
I think that character assassination is sometimes worse than the actual murder because they're trying
It
to
is.
make sure that in history and in all the
Yeah.
papers that you're just classified as just this horrible human being. And
That's a
like,
fact.
Like your death was justified.
It just means they don't give a fuck. Because when you're wrong for something and you feel sorrow, or you're sorry, you feel any type of remorse, you don't try to prove your point. You just try to let them understand, I apologize, I know it was wrong. So when you try to assassinate the character of especially children who are underdeveloped in many ways
Unarmed.
and unarmed,
well, they would say
it's-
she's
it's
armed in this particular case because she
not
had the
with a
knife.
gun, it wasn't a fair fight.
Right.
Now give her a gun, okay. Then she could have shot back.
Y'all remember the saying, don't bring a knife to a gunfight?
Gunfight,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Literally.
So, I mean, with that even being said, it's like, come on.
They're not sorry.
And then the information that's being provided to these dispatchers is not sufficient information enough for these police officers to go out there. Mind you, we pay you fuckers. We pay y'all. All
to
right?
kill us.
Damn, that's deep.
We pay y'all.
When you
When
You
think
ever
about
seen
it,
these
yeah.
white guys? Somebody, oh, I'm a taxpayer. I pay your bill. You know what I mean? I pay your mortgage, motherfucker. Like, and it's like they don't give a fuck about none of that. These dispatchers have to properly give information to the police officers. I'm sorry.
So
I
what
think
did the
that's where it
dispatcher
lies.
do? Because I'm lost. Because
Basically, this is mind you, and this is an assumption. I don't know if it's a fact yet, but it got called in that there was a fight. The girl called the police, right? Now, I'm sure the dispatcher didn't say, "Hey, are you black or white?" I'm
Of course not.
sure.
She just,
but
like,
I'm sorry. You can tell. I mean, I work in sales. I can tell who's black and who's white on the phone. Period. Period.
Yeah, you
with
can
the
kind of tell
P.
in their voice to an extent.
So I'm wondering, what was the transcript? I would love to hear the transcript of that call. Because from what I understand or what I'm hearing is that the cop already knew that it was a set of black people.
Yeah.
How?
and
Sway?
that's another thing. In
Well, the
Breaking
area
Rank.
too, the side of town.
That
it was
don't
on.
mean shit.
does,
because
let me
they
tell you.
kept,
Hold on.
like,
Let me tell
saying
you why.
something about it, though,
Let me
in
tell
the
you.
news.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. That don't mean shit. Okay. And I'm talking about being factual. See, we can talk what we're talking, but when you're dealing with a dispatcher to
Correct.
a police officer or a dispatcher to EMT, none of that shit should matter. Okay? Now, mind you, if the cop just happens to know two things. Cops don't live where they service.
Right.
All right? So they don't know what the fuck that neighborhood look like. Okay? You're sitting here dispatching a call to the police officers. How in the hell is there I'm going to call it a rumor right now, that the cop knew that it was a black area?
I'm going to tell you exactly how. Because in Breaking Rank, he even spoke about it. They have different codes for different calls, different areas, different people.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And they know exactly how to respond to those calls in those codes.
Yeah.
It, like he said, it's not set up for the people to win at all. He actually suggested, and I was telling Russell this, only trained military people should be police officers. Because you're putting people who are just regular civilians in situations where they're afraid and they're just shooting to kill because they're just afraid. They don't care. And they have the power to not be.
Are they afraid, or is it more like a game? You know, like the kids when they're on
It's both.
Fortnite or something. Like, yes, I finally get to be, in the line
It's
of
both.
duty, and I get to finally test
Hold
out
on.
these skills.
I see Russell over there shaking his head. What you, I mean?
No, you're right. It's both. It's
It
both
is,
Because not everybody's scared,
Well, no,
Not
there-
everybody, but most people are. For some reason, they feel like black people are so violent towards white people
Well,
that like and we've never been violent.
well,
towards white
they're
people.
scared. It's like this, right? I'm 6'4" and right now about 278 pounds, and I could do a lot of damage if I wanted to, right?
Yeah.
I don't care, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, my brother. Real talk. I'm looking at you
Real
right now.
talk.
No, and God rest his soul, but you just hear me
Kimbo
out.
Slice.
You could have been George Floyd.
I could have, and I very well.
That's
could.
some
I,
fucked
I,
up shit to
I
look
very
at.
well could have, but in the same breath, if I was out there, I'm telling you what, George Floyd wouldn't have died without me dying with him.
Yo, you sound like one.
I'm talking about I would.
Shout
I'm
out to
saying right now.
Tyrone Banks, man.
Yeah,
Ty
yeah,
Banks,
but-
man. Look, I think there are some people out there like that that's really like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna let this happen in front of me.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, what happens is, so they're afraid of some folks, right? But in the
afraid.
same breath, they want to pick on some folks. So it's like
Ego.
they're not gonna go to the area where they know these folks will blow me out of this area if I come here with this stupid stuff. I'm gonna go somewhere else. You know, I'm not gonna go to East St. Louis, Illinois, and bring this dumb stuff. I'm not gonna go to New Orleans in some, in the rural area.
Yeah, certain
It-
parts of
war,
Chicago,
you're not gonna go
yeah.
to the west side of Chicago with that.
But
where
they
they're-
do sometimes, though.
Oh, no,
Listen,
no.
I'm from Brooklyn. Listen,
Right.
hold on, pause. There's some areas in Brooklyn where, see, the thing is this. Remember, the cops are a gang. They're a gang.
Correct.
If you come out there with 100 cops deep, and I've seen it, 100 cops deep, I don't give a fuck what your block beat about. You not fending off 100 cops deep.
But they're not that deep. So
I
they
just,
just shoot to
I
kill.
just said I witnessed it.
Yeah, you're
No,
you're
I'm
right.
saying,
You're
I'm
talking-
saying in these
Yeah,
cases.
yeah,
In these
you're-
cases,
So they
yeah,
just
yeah.
shooting to kill.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're-
so,
yeah.
so
They're
they-
less than
it's almost like
5.
they're picking and choosing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And you're also talking the biggest city in the nation, and second biggest city in the world, New York City, right? So it's a it's a
Shit, I'm
different
just
thing.
talking about the borough. I ain't even talking about the whole
Just
city.
talking about
The little
Brooklyn.
city. Brooklyn's like that. You know what I mean? Comparative to the many other boroughs. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you got a whole different thing with the New York NYPD been out of control for a
Long time.
long time.
Same
the
thing
original
with same
gangs.
thing with Mississippi. Same thing with Mississippi PD. But
So,
yeah, no, okay.
but no,
all right.
I feel like they're afraid, and they have an ego, and they're also white supremacists.
Didn't somebody
a lot
say
of the
something about a
time.
God complex?
That's what she was saying.
Yeah, I was talking about that.
So what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, like, when you're little and people ask you, like, what do you want to be when you grow up type of situation, there's always that one kid who always thinks he, like, has a God complex, is always like, I want to be a cop or I want to be this. They want to have that power.
So it's his ego.
They want to have that control. They want to feel entitled. And what better way than to be a cop? Because you get to have all of that in one, and you get to carry a gun.
It's so dumb.
So,
I mean, you can carry a gun without being a cop if you're not a felon.
Right?
but
fuck?
you can't shoot and get away with it though.
Yeah,
The
you
same
can
way.
if you're defending it. But see, so you're saying that people are out there wanting to kill people. So that's like that's a different discussion.
You have to go back to why the police officers, like the police forces, even
Yeah, why the police were created.
Listen, no, hold up, pause. I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to be a detective, forensic science. I wanted to be all of that because
Well,
I'm
that's different.
good at
You
it.
didn't, because now you don't know why they even exist. You know what I'm saying?
See, no, my mind frame was that I wanted to actually make change.
You wanted to make change. You
Exactly.
said detective forensics. That's a whole different level.
I mean, I
We're
gotta
not
be a
talking
cop
about-
first.
You do.
You do, but different reasons.
But still.
But then
you
I
don't-
ended up growing marijuana, got snitched on, and guess what?
That killed that dream.
Now marijuana's wait up.
And now it's
Now it's a
legal.
$1 billion
Dollar
fucking
industry,
industry.
yeah.
I can't even get my gun rights back to protect myself.
But
Anyway.
your girlfriend can. Ow.
But look, nah.
But we don't get to use the stand the ground law the same, either being black, because I have a concealed carry, and I've been pulled over a couple of times where you're supposed to technically disclose that you have a gun with you, and I've blatantly been like, nah, I don't have it. And they're like, why? It's your right to carry it, because I just don't trust that you're going to talk to me the same way
Yes,
if I actually had it
ooh.
on me.
But
Yeah.
see, now look at the funny thing. Before I became a felon, I had my concealed, and I was a security guard, D license, G license, all the licenses you could possibly fucking think of. And I was like, I'm clean, I'm good. Now, I've been pulled over by police officers, and they asked that question, which is weird because what did you pull me over for? Number
They
one,
trying to catch you up in some. They
Right.
trying to put
Yeah,
you
they're
in
not
got
trying
any
to pull
weapons
you
or
up for
drugs
that,
in the
no.
car? I'm like, I don't got any drugs, but I do have a weapon. And then, of course, you see them tense up. Now, mind you, do you see the same thing when it comes down to women? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do they do the same thing? Black women.
Black
Yes.
women,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, well, so it's a black thing in general. Why is that? I had the right to bear arms at that time. I had the right to bear arms and concealedly do
Absolutely.
so. And these cops, and you know what the funny thing is? And this is a whole, I don't know if this is another subject or what, but our own black cops.
They're
Are the worst.
They are the
Coonery
worst.
trained.
They're the
I'm
worst.
sorry, I got black friends that are cops. I'm sorry, brother, but y'all niggas is bugging.
They're the worst. Every time that I've gotten a pass from a cop, it's been a white one.
It's been a white guy.
Ain't that crazy?
Black dudes treat you so bad. It's like they have something
Wow,
to prove.
y'all hear this shit?
They have something
And it's
to prove.
crazy because
Why?
I'm a female, and when I get pulled over, I get reckless sometimes. So I'll start the conversation off like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me?" And that automatically puts them on the like, no, we're not gonna do. So any black person out there, say that first.
All right, did you see the video? There was a video that got put out recently by Sean King again. Shout out to my man Sean King. He literally put out a video, right? So I guess it was, I don't know if it was in Maryland or Philly or something like that, but it was like 20 cops out there, and like we couldn't see the amount of black people that were out there, but the one black guy was behind the camera. He said something to the cop, and the kid said, he said, "What, you gonna shoot me like what's her name?
Brianna?
No.
Micaiah.
You gonna shoot me like Micaiah? Huh?" He was like, "Well, shit. Are you out here stabbing people?" And he was like, "What?"
She didn't stab one person.
He said that shit on camera, and it was a black cop.
So that meant yes.
You see what I'm saying? It was a black cop.
She didn't even stab nobody.
She didn't even stab
Exactly my point. And then he was like, "Yo, wait a minute." And his man was in the background like, "Yo, wait a minute. She didn't even stab nobody."
It is a cult. Look, they
And
got to get down and lay down.
He was like, "Yo, this shit is all on social media." You know what he said? "I don't care. They don't give a fuck."
They can't. It's like they're put in a position where like they have to choose.
They do have to choose.
This is your family,
it's
or
their fraternity, basically.
God.
Yeah,
their fraternity, their gang, and they have to like.
No, I don't
stay
even think it's God complex. And there's no disrespect out there to my fellow officers that I know personally or whatever. But if you take offense to it, go Sakuno Moda. All right, because that shit is kind of weird now. Now I'm thinking about it. There's a God complex about the whole thing. I call it the Napoleon syndrome. I mean, whether you big or small,
Well,
it's
George
still,
really was. That dude had a God complex. Like, he didn't shoot him.
You
He
sit
literally
on somebody's
put a
neck
knee on
for
your neck.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Like, I can't even be on my knees for 9 minutes. On some
Knowing they're
concrete, like-
videotaping, knowing it, just looking at the camera like, what? I'm a police officer.
Yeah, no,
You can't
yo,
touch
I
me.
mean, he just
real
had a
talk?
pose, like,
yo, now
literally,
that you
just a
say that,
pose.
Russell, we were talking about something before we went to break, and I wanted to say this, but now you just brought it back up. The man's face, Derek's face, was just like
a neck
He
is
felt-
not that strong.
I ain't gonna front. I call it the Superman pose.
Yeah.
Really?
Test that one. Knee on neck, right? Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I don't know whose phone.
yeah,
I
whose
don't know
knee
whose phone
is it?
playing that shit. Yeah, that's Shireen's phone in the background. Hey, oh shit, we got turned up real quick. All right.
Like we heard it
what it
earlier.
Yeah, we heard it
But
earlier.
no,
we didn't
listen.
know where it was coming from.
Check this out. Oh, for real? I didn't even hear that shit. But look, listen. All right. So yeah, remember your phone is attached to here, baby. Right? Yeah. No, it's all good. I thought she was still going live, but it's all up. So, all right, let's get back
No
to
need to
what I
explain.
wanted to discuss for a second is the fact that all of you guys have kids. All of y'all have kids, right? So, again, let's start this way because I need to understand your mind frame as to, and I wanted to go the what would you do situation, but I'm not going to do that. What I want you, I'm trying to put you in a scenario, and you've obviously been there. These things that are happening to our kids could have been your children or your kid.
Absolutely.
What is your mind frame about this?
It's frustrating, right? It's
Okay.
frustrating
Okay.
because all you want to do as a parent is protect your children, protect your family. And you feel like you have no control. So you want to brace yourself for it, right? You have to prepare our children. You have to have these conversations about how to behave, even though, officers can be in the deadest of wrong, And while there are some black cops that are horrible, there's some black cops that are good, and they know the people they work with are horrible, and they're still in the system, And the hope is that they move up the rank. But with our children, it's like you got to prepare them for the reality. It's a sad reality. My daughter's on Instagram now, so she sees it all. She's disgusted with it. She shares it and she asks questions, and I tell her, yeah, this stuff happens. This has happened to your uncles, your aunts, your grandparents. It's happened. It's like we don't talk about it enough because it's frustrating to us when you think about situations you get put in. It's hard to unpack it all, It's almost like you want it to go away, but you keep getting reminders, and it's slow change. Chauvin accountability is a long time coming. I don't think I've seen it in my lifetime personally, and I don't know if anybody has. And now, so it's like a slow churn, right? To try to push things. There's legislation getting put out right now. George Floyd act that they're trying to push through Congress and Senate. It probably won't get through the Senate though. That's the unfortunate part, But it may be time for Joe Biden to just make some executive orders. It really is. It's like we just saw this with Trump.
Seems that he cares.
He cares. He wants to do things within the law.
But see, now we're in a situation where I can't trust none of these motherfuckers.
No, I
can't.
He's too old and too white.
Well, no, what happened is, so Trump did a lot of rogue stuff. He did whatever he wanted.
Whatever he wanted.
And nobody checked him. And I see what Biden is saying. He's
He a
saying,
real
I
trapper.
can't do that. But it's like, if this guy just went rogue for 4 years, unchecked, go rogue in that same manner.
He's
that
not,
same energy.
because it doesn't hit home for him. So he doesn't feel it like we feel it. He's not afraid for his children when they walk outside the door, because all they're going to say is, hey, my dad's Joe Biden. And they're going to say, okay, you're free to go.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it really works like that, because my son's father, his dad was a police officer. And whenever we got pulled over, if we tell them that so-and-so is our father, they call him. And he says, yes, so-and-so, and they let you go. And I tried it one time with my black ass in the car by myself, and it worked. I said, so-and-so is my father. They called him Tony. He knew I was his son's, I was his daughter-in-law. And they let me go ASAP.
Wow.
No matter what you did, they protect you. It's a cult.
It definitely is a code.
So we don't have that same protection. So Joe Biden doesn't have the same passion for it as we do. He just wants the votes. And he just, he knows what he has to do to get all the minority votes. Like it's not rocket science.
All right. Well, see, now we're talking politics. All right. Listen. Fuck them all.
It could go anywhere.
Okay, so
that's how he feel.
you're all right. You
frustrated.
You're no, because I think it's deeper. I don't even have a child yet.
That goes back to economics.
But I got nieces and nephews, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit that I'm seeing. All right, so little buddy name, right? I'm going to bring his name up right now. And if y'all want to pull up your phones. Nah, I think he was 13. Hold up. He right here.
The Hispanic guy?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always about our black lives, but.
What did he even do? I just know he had his
look,
hands up and got murdered.
The video literally shows him running. Okay, in this culture nowadays, a lot of these kids, these are kids. They are fearful of the police. It's not like that. You see a cop,
of the police.
He's protecting and serving like he should be doing because we're paying you, you fuckers. We're paying you.
Well, okay, so you get more with honey.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you do attract more with honey.
You get more with honey.
Ain't shit sweet about this nigga over here.
Okay.
All right, my point is real facts. All right, you got kids. They're not even mentally developed to understand or what's it called? Dissect the situation.
And that's what the police are supposed to be.
You see a cop. These kids are running, right?
I would run too. And I did nothing.
First thought process, the cop. Why is this kid running? Right?
Maybe. I don't know. I might talk
What
back.
you mean, maybe? Why is this? Hey, stop right there. The kid runs. Me personally, if I was a cop, I'm thinking like my age, like these little rascals.
Right.
I mean,
they kids. Like
I'm
kids
not
do
chasing
dumb
this
shit.
little motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll catch you on
You know
another
what I mean?
day.
I catch you on another day. Right?
No,
but then also,
not the kids.
why did the cop get called? Why was the cop even out there? It wasn't just the cop wasn't just rolling around on some random, hey, oh, look at that kid. Let me just hop out and be like, hey, come here, stop.
Even though that
Someone
happens.
called, from what I understand, someone called about a possible, I don't know, somebody
Shooting
walking
or
around with
someone
a
had
gun. But Jesus
Because
Christ,
this is
it's
America.
like once you get that, all right, boom, if you're in a 6-block radius when you're a police officer and you get a call about somebody possibly having a gun, everyone's a suspect, right?
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
but how did that incriminate someone?
Right, exactly my fucking point. Right?
Okay.
Remember, innocent
People
until
have
proven
guns.
guilty. These cops are being the judge, jury, and executioner. I call them Judge Dreads now. Okay? This little kid ran. He stopped, turned around. Let me tell you exactly what. And I'm gonna put
I
the
saw
video.
the video.
Right.
It's
I'm
horrible.
gonna put it up there
Hands
for
up
y'all.
and everything.
Y'all all seen it, but I gotta put it up there again.
You have to.
He literally, and this is the thing that bothers me. He puts his hands up
And get shot
and gets shot immediately.
immediately.
The cop literally said, "Show me your hands." Bam, 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 bam. Whoa. Holy fuck. Like,
Give him a second.
I'm not sure if that was even a second. And then the fucking asshole had the nerve to, oh my God, where you shot at? Bitch, nigga, you shot him.
1,000 times.
And you asking this kid where he got shot at?
And that's the thing. And then he
No, it was just one shot. Let me be clear. It was one shot.
It was not. I saw multiple shots called.
No. He shot him. Boom, one time.
Go pull it up. He shot him at least 2 or 3 times.
Nah, it was one shot.
And then he said, "Where you shot?" Like,
was
and he
one
was
shot.
handling him so rough.
It was
Like,
one
he gonna die before the ambulance get here. As rough as you are,
Like, but
Right,
you're trained to
yeah.
shoot, so you should know where you shot him
Did
at.
you see the video, Russell?
you shot him.
No, but I
didn't see
mean,
it?
to your point about what you said, they're handling him like not a human, not a person.
Yeah.
Actually, they treat animals
Talk about breathe,
better.
man. Hey, breathe.
If a
Breathe.
Dogs got
shot,
more rights,
If a dog
exactly.
got shot, they'd all be out
The
there
owner
trying
is going
save
to
the
jail
dog.
if a dog gets shot.
Oh, you going? Oh,
The owner is going to jail.
the dog is more rights than the black man. The
Unless
black
you're
woman.
a pet, they don't get
That's
too many rights.
That's
a
true.
quote.
That's true. And you know, while we're on it, I'm gonna tell you what we negate to talk about a lot. The same day that George Floyd was killed in New York, there was a woman named Amy something that tried to set up a black man. Right, black man corrected her in a park. He told her something about not. It was the same day in the park. He has his camera rolling, and because he checks her about maybe having animals out there, she gets mad.
Off the leash.
Yeah, she gets mad. She starts calling and saying she's getting attacked. She makes this up. She knew exactly what to say. There's a black man attacking me. Help, help, help.
That's what happened to Emmett Till.
She did the exact same thing.
Couldn't recognize his face.
You know, she knew what to do. And then after the whole thing, she said she's not racist. She just was angry. And it's like, you set him up. He could have been killed. His livelihood would have been in question as to what he was doing. Like you said, the character assassination would have been there. But it was all on video. So she gets fired. She gets demonized. And, she's mad and saying, I didn't mean for this to happen. But if there were no video, she would have done nothing to stop it.
I mean, me and Ziggy, we're female, but we get mad, but we never think to create a lie to incriminate somebody and get the cops and
Listen.
That's not something that comes to my forefront when I'm angry.
And it's so bad for black women that if I could have a black man smack me in the face, I would not call the police on him.
Call the police on him.
I would not, because I'm afraid that they gonna do more harm to him than he ever did to me.
Sorry,
we
call
both
me.
going to jail?
Call me if that happens.
I'll call you.
Yeah,
I feel better about that, but I'm never gonna call the police because it's not going to.
And well for our black people.
Exactly. So, and that's horrible when the people who are put in place to protect you, you won't even call them when you need protection because you worried about the black man. They gonna kill this man. They might do something to this. I'm never gonna call the police because.
Also, just stop fucking with fucky niggas.
I mean, I have not been
part
smacked
too,
by a
but-
man.
And men,
just
stop
saying.
fucking with
We're
fucky
disclosing that
chicks.
we have not been hit.
Have not
exactly.
been smacked. I'm just saying, if I were put in a position, like, I've been in situations where you would call the police. I wouldn't call the police on a black man because you can't. As a black woman, you still feel you have to protect the black man because nobody else is going to.
Well, we also got to protect our black queens, too.
Right on.
And I hope you guys realize that because no one else is going to.
Right on.
But just to his point, that the white woman got upset and she called and said a black man's trying to do this. But then black men go out and feel so accomplished when they marry a white
That's
woman.
a whole nother
What's
discussion.
the guy from University of North Carolina coach, right? First black coach in history, University of North Carolina basketball. He gets on TV. They ask him how it feels, and he comes out and says, "I'm African American, and I'm proud that my wife is white."
No.
You're fucking
He said
lying.
that. That's exactly what he said. But then he went on to say, "And I'm glad that our children look like America or something." But it's like
wow.
in between there, it was like,
Wait, what college was that with? Who?
said North Carolina.
UNC new coach.
I mean,
Hubert Davis.
that's fucking coon country. Fuck out of here.
But I mean, but the way he said that, he said, "I'm African American," and told everybody, "And I'm proud I have a white wife." And I was like,
Damn,
Oh,
baby.
wow.
and I'm
That's
like, be
crazy.
proud of your wife. Be proud that you love
I mean,
her.
that's your wife.
Be proud she's the mother of your children. But I was like,
But you're proud that
I have
she's white?
A white wife. And,
He
you
made it.
And I could
He's
just
living
picture
the American dream.
Yeah, I was like, and I just think somewhere there's some brothers like, all right now.
Absolutely.
There really
That's-
is.
that's
There really
right.
is.
There's a market for that.
Like,
Supposedly we're
Oh,
a little
here
too
it is, yeah.
temperamental and,
13-year-old 13-year-old Adam Toledo. This is the case that I'm talking about right here, yo. Oh man. Yeah.
So in regards to like him running, isn't it?
This
He's a kid. Okay,
he's
I don't know what
13 years old.
We lost it.
Did you? What happened?
Don't give me the phone. 'Cause I don't know.
Oh,
what
you
happened.
start pressing. None of my pornos is up there. Chill.
No, I don't know what
She
happened.
didn't push anything. It
I
just
didn't.
disappeared.
No, she just got long fingers.
Definitely do.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen the video?
I have not. I only seen him holding his hands
Oh,
up.
okay.
That was the only part I had
Pass
seen.
that around real quick. It's
But
it's
yeah, I
real
saw it on
quick.
your
It's
page.
real quick.
Oh yeah.
I just thought about the running part, like us
He
culturally.
didn't seem
we normally
like a
run.
threat. What the fuck?
Give me. Come.
Okay, there it is.
There it is.
Cool.
All right, boom.
That's
But it's, I mean, you see, it's a cycle of wrongfulness, you know. Now,
Come closer to the mic.
now I think
Yeah.
to what Ziggy was saying is that the economics is big at play, right? Economics is big as play. If we, you know, say we decide to pool our $1.5 trillion somewhere, a lot of stuff changes, right? Because they
Yeah.
see we're not linked as a community overall. We should be, but we're
Yeah.
not. In the same
That's
breath,
a trained mind frame, by
yeah,
the way.
in the same
here it
breath,
goes.
if they get penalized financially, then those officers curb that stuff too. Every time your camera gets shut off, you get billed $100. That stuff them cameras gonna stop going off that they have. You know, every time there's
They can
a
make that
shooting,
a law.
right. That's what I'm saying. See those financial hits. Oh, that will add up. That stuff will happen every time somebody's wrongfully stopped, and it seems like it's a $500 hit. I'm telling you right now, that stuff will stop quick. You know, that they can have as much hate in their heart as they want, but when you hit that pocketbook, all that stuff changed.
That's true.
You know, you look no further than the NBA. Hey, LeBron James is the king. He the king for real
king.
in the NBA. The NBA pushing the Black Lives Matter and everything, that's all surrounded by the top players in the league saying, this is what it
Yeah,
is.
we pulling out.
We bringing the money, and that's it. They ain't nobody question them. The commissioner not having saying nothing else. He's like, y'all got it. You know, the problem in the NFL
Because
is
it's about the money.
right in the NFL, the top 10 players not all black, right? You
Correct,
know,
correct.
the top five players, it's arguable how many are black in it. It's no question in the NBA about that.
Yeah.
You know, Major League Baseball made a huge stance. I was surprised. I was
Yeah.
very impressed with them. You know, but they're making a strong stance. You know, but you know, it's like the NFL's gonna, you know, they're slow churn. All the owners are old school.
Man, let's not even get. That's again more conversations we could possibly. We could go on and fucking on because that shit right there is deeper than what it is, especially with the NFL.
Right.
But look, we'll be right back, man. I gotta. P Diddy, holla. Yeah, y'all, we back. I had to take that P Diddy anyway, man. But look, listen. Again, this, ladies and gentlemen, this can go as deep as we want it to get, but of course, due to time constraints, you know what I'm saying, we got to keep it moving. I mean, of course, like, subscribe, follow, share, you know, Cocktails and
Right
Intellect
now.
podcast.
Take a break right now
You
to
know what I
do
mean?
that.
But it could get so deep, it's not even funny, man. All right, so this is my thing. We know we already know. I believe I know at least Ziggy's standpoint on her situation with her kids. You know what I mean? You know, we talked about the fact that you have a white baby
Half
daddy.
white,
Half
yeah.
oh, is he half white?
No,
he's full.
100%
Your
white.
baby daddy's white.
Yes.
Your son is half white.
Yes.
Right, and there's certain aspects or things that he's gonna have to end up going through as he's growing up.
Yes.
I mean, your daughter's full black.
She's 100%.
All right, bet. Now, she's obviously seeing these situations that's going on as well. What is her does she talk about that, or she just keeps
Oh, no. She's so
vocal?
very. Wow. She's very pro-black.
I'd like to have her
It's
on the
crazy.
show.
We should. She's very pro-black.
Because
she's
you know
very
what?
aware.
Our kids need a voice too.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, we're talking about mental health here. At the end of the day, what a man or a woman or a child's mind frame is like. What do these kids feel? They see it on social media before we see it. They're
Correct.
always
Yeah.
on social media.
Yeah.
How is that affecting their mind state?
That's
You know
a
what I mean?
good- that's a good question.
The killing of our young black kids, male or female. At this point, it's male or female.
Correct.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I grew up in an era where it was like another black man killed by a
Yeah.
cop, another black man killed. Now it's like, yo, fuck that. This
could be a
cop
little
just
girl.
killed this little 15, 16-year-old girl.
She's a lot of these things I find out from her.
That's fucking sad, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is the crazy thing. So we've talked about my son. He's half white. I have had the conversation with his father about you can never teach him how to be a black man in this world.
Right.
So on my end, I have to have some strong black men that are able to help him understand his blackness, because he won't be able to learn that from his father, unfortunately. But my daughter is 100% black, and she is very pro-black. And
you know who her daughter reminds me of? Y'all seen Black Panther, right? The sister of the Black Panther?
Yes.
She's like a fucking genius.
Yeah, that's her.
Right.
And that's why I don't worry about her ever being in a situation like the girl Malaika, because she would never be outside with a knife.
But that's why you have to worry about her. When listen, I'm sorry, there is an agenda. Don't care. Oh, conspiracy, you call me whatever you want. They want to see us not be able to populate and dominate like how we should have been. Mm-hmm. You guys have held us, and you guys, you know who the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all have held us back for too long. Since we got here. We created half of the shit these motherfuckers is over here talking about. Oh my God, look, light bulb, this and that, stove, the freaking monkey wrench. Why did they call it a monkey wrench? Because a monkey in the crackers' minds created that wrench. That's why they call it a monkey wrench. We created so many things, and y'all take everything from us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, okay, these kids, these black kids, they're growing up smarter than a motherfucker. We got to take them out before because now the consensus is information. Information is powerful, right? So you got our younger kids growing up with this information in which could put our people in a situation where we can get out of this slump, this so-called generational curse. Mm-hmm. You think these crackers want that? No, and I said what I said.
They want them to work for
all
them
day, so fuck out of here. I'm not in any mood today.
It's not. No, today's not the day.
You think that if they see your child growing up, and he's like, oh shit, this man, this young kid right here has the potential to be some shit that could be a force to be reckoned with. You don't think he's on the blacklist?
They're on it. They're on it. We're on it.
Now, let me ask you a question. You have a son, right?
I have a son.
How old is he?
He'll be 11 in August.
11. Now, mind you, only
What's
2
his
years.
Name? Uriah.
Only 2 years younger than the young kid that I just showed you.
Correct. Yes.
Right? 2 years. Imagine your child running down the block, seeing a cop. Don't know what to do. I mean, because the only person that is protected is his mom. Or even his dad, or whatever. I don't know that
These days, it's
situation.
usually just the mama.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just be honest.
But you see it, because the consensus is, even with these young kids, they know that these cops are not safety. It's not safety. You don't see a cop and see safety.
No.
You feel what I'm saying? So how do you feel right now with everything that's transpiring in the world? Well, in America. Let me say America, because please, our third world country's been going through some crazy shit before.
Yeah, they're on another level.
Yeah, they're on a whole nother level. Like, buildings are being blown up.
We don't even know.
Right. But, I mean, with everything that's going on in America right now, everything that's now being televised, everything that's now being on social media, how do you feel? I mean, are you fearful for your son when he leaves for school, when you drop him off? Like,
I'm fortunate that my son has been homeschooled for the last 2 years before COVID due to some health reasons. So I have that little bit of security if he's with me most of the time. But I'm extremely fearful because my child doesn't understand. He's almost 11, and he has a reckless mouth. Like, he talks like you. And I'm always trying to, like, hey, you need to tone that down. Like, if a cop pulls you over, this is not going to go well. Like, you need to learn how to just shut up. Don't say what's on your mind because you might not come home to me. And I've been trying to, like, drive that home for the longest. And since he was little, he's experienced me and my ex-husband being in the car and, like, the cop, literally a black cop at that, just being belligerent at us for doing nothing, and seeing me having to calm, at that time, my husband down because I don't want my son to see, at that time, my husband get shot because he didn't say something out of pocket. So it's always like
and
this.
It was a black cop at that.
It was a black cop at that. So it's always like this fear factor. And like you said, running, your initial reaction is to run. And I want to say, even us as a people, if like right now, if somebody started running in here, we're all gonna go running. We're not trying to wait to figure out what's happening. So it's just like a natural instinct that we have, and it's like, because you don't know what to do, like fight or flight. So you're either gonna stand to fight or you're ready to run, and it's like that can get you killed. And I have a nephew who's 17, and even he's had a brush with the law where it's like they try to exploit you, and it's just sad because you don't know if him just walking into the grocery store, is he going to be okay? Like, are they going to assume he stole a candy bar? Are they going to assume he didn't have the correct
Even
change?
if he did, like, teenagers do dumb shit. Like, that's the point of your life where you do
We've
the
been
dumbest
doing
shit.
that shit.
Yeah.
I was growing
White
up, you know
people
what I'm
do
saying?
it.
Like,
I
yeah.
used to work at Michael's years ago, and let me tell you, you have no idea how much old white ladies steal. Okay?
Yeah, that's why we always, I always be like, oh, no, I don't need a receipt because, like, your phone will chime what you pay. But then I think about it, like, I kind of do need a receipt because I don't want you thinking
At all.
I stole these products,
Like,
just because I know my phone told me I paid for it. So, trying to tell him, like, yeah, get the receipt. And even when I heard the verdict the other day for George Floyd, like, I literally just read it when Apple News hit me up, and I just broke down crying because I'm tired of having to be like, another one of us has been killed. Like, even if it's justified that a cop should have, came in, even if we're supposed to be arrested, didn't mean we had to die. There was nothing that we did in these certain instances that deserved death. And it's like the
corrective
punishment
action
doesn't
and
fit
death
the crime.
are completely different.
And so it's really, it's scary. Like, I even have another family member recently had got pulled over and literally just kept his hands on the window. Like, they had to pull him out the car.
But
he would not get out the car because he was afraid.
Look, now look what you're talking about. The military guy. He just kept it. What was his name? Can anybody pull that up real quick, Shereen?
Was he in Virginia?
Yeah, it was in Virginia?
Yeah.
And mind you, my niece is stationed in Virginia, and she's Navy. I'm not going to mention her name, but did you see the treatment of our own? And he was in uniform.
That's it. They knew he was in
I'm
the
thinking about my niece. I'm like,
Right, it
yo,
wasn't
what
a
if
question.
that was her? Holy fuck, you serving this
What did they do to
country. They maced the shit. Yo, you ain't see the video? Ziggy, goddamn it. Come on.
She watching it now.
It's just like redundant. Like, I'm tired of just always having to watch these fucked up police videos against black people.
It messes with your psyche
Shereen,
after
can
a
you-
while. Like,
you,
our mental health. Like, how much can we keep enduring?
You've seen one, you've seen them all. Like,
It was
Definitely
uncalled
as a
for.
mother, how much can we keep watching and it not eventually truly,
Well, I mean, what
like,
about the
affect us?
fathers, too? It's the same thing. Like, goddamn
and the
it.
fathers. Okay, yeah.
And the fathers, too.
I mean, this is still our children.
It is.
I agree.
All right, stop with the whole mother. No, it's about parent. Well, at least
Unfortunately.
the
That's
guy
crazy. I
I
said
get what
mothers
you're
because
saying
of
because
being
some
more
daddies
emotional.
ain't there.
No, I
No,
said
no.
under us being sometimes more emotional than some men. That
Oh,
was
see,
kinda
that's the
what I
problem.
said.
Y'all think y'all are more emotional.
Correct.
We
Yo,
just
men are
hold our
emotional
shit in.
as fuck.
Okay,
You know,
stop
I've
that
learned
shit.
that.
Listen,
I
let's.
like the ones who are honest
Stop.
about it, who
All right.
don't lie about
Let me tell you something right now.
having emotions.
We're just
It's
as
refreshing.
emotional. We just don't show it like y'all do.
Because you've been trained not to, but
You understand the fucking hurt and pain a fucking father goes through losing a child? Oh,
statistically.
well, no, it won't be the same as the mother because she pushed it out.
No.
are
No,
you
yes, it will be
fucking
the same.
kidding
It's
me?
still your,
Yeah, I
your
don't
It's probably
child.
believe
even
that.
worse. It's probably even worse. How come you? And
Why
this is
would you
off
say it's
topic.
even worse?
Let me take. Hold on, wait. Watch this. I'm gonna fuck your head up.
Well, we got
It's
to be
off.
with
The,
them
wait, hold
longer
up. It's
since
off
they
topic a
kinda
little
grew
bit.
with us and everything.
Listen,
That's why we're a little more.
you ever seen those movies? Do you see the movies where the kid gets killed and the mother goes and takes revenge? There's a few, right?
Yeah,
Cute.
peppermint.
Every time a child gets killed, who's taking revenge and he's losing his fucking mind about to kill every goddamn body? The father, because it's rare. That shit, they don't make these shits up. No idea's original. There's nothing new under the sun. The consensus is, I'm telling you, fathers go ape shit about their kids, man. At least the fathers that give a fuck.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Because statistically, over almost 60% of children are being raised by single mothers.
I'm dying
in
for
the
mine.
African American community.
I don't care if me and my girl are not together. I'm dying for my child. I'm sure Russell feels the same way.
Absolutely.
And see, in y'all minds, you guys are so much nurturers. You'll feel the same way. Oh, I'm going to die for my child, right? But at the same token, it's a reverse. It's almost like a reverse complex of it because you don't want to die for your child because you want to make sure you live for your child so you can raise your child. We're automatically on some old, I'm dying for mine. Have y'all ever thought about that?
Yeah.
I never
No,
thought
have
about
women
it
ever thought
in your
about
way,
that?
because I think we do the first attempt of, we would die for our child and trying to bring our child to life in the first place, because we can die in childhood.
We come close to death.
Hold on, check this out.
And
No,
so
no,
I
no,
think
come
after
close.
that, I
Let me
think
tell
you
something.
take over. I think
Do
the
you
father
know-
then
do you
takes
know
over,
that
like
y'all,
you said.
every time y'all birth a child, y'all die. Y'all take
Yes,
it. There's a piece of you that leaves your soul, your
I
body.
have to have a shot called a ROGAM shot because it will literally, my blood will either attack the child or the child's blood will attack
You're a
me.
whole fucking alien. That's weird. What?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
a very negative. I have a rare blood type.
Oh.
IVs kept me
Was
alive
it blood
when I was
X-Men?
pregnant.
No, it's
What is that?
RH negative.
RH? I've never heard.
That is rare.
I'm sorry. What?
It's weird. It's too long. Just watch YouTube videos. They have them. But I have to have a certain type of medicine injected in me before I give birth or anything that has to do with me being pregnant, because my blood it's like any other type of blood it's like
Doesn't mix.
it's like an alien to my blood. So either my blood will kill the child or the child's blood will kill me.
I knew St. Louis was a whole different planet. This nigga's an alien.
So death in childbirth is really a real.
It's
Yeah.
really real. So I
Yeah.
think
Ability for
after
me.
we actually get the child here, I think that's when the fathers get to take
Please
over.
take over, 'cause
And
it's
have that opinion like you're saying
tough.
you have, and having
Now.
that feeling that you have.
Now.
Because now we want to live for the child, and like you said, you would die for your child.
Now,
We already almost
I'm going
did.
to say this. You have a point, but you ain't bumping to a nigga like me. Cuz.
I have not.
Let me tell you something. My child is not even born yet.
And you're going all in already.
Already.
As
I'm not
you
waiting.
should.
I'm not waiting.
should,
See, that's the
yes.
problem. I'm not waiting for him to get here. I want to start making changes now. Russell, anything that you see that I can help you out with when it comes down to
Same.
anything black owned, black establishment, I don't care. We got to reach out to senators, Monique Worrell, whoever we got to reach out to. We need to have the conversation. How do we stop our kids from being assassinated?
Yeah.
Okay?
She's on it, by the way.
Oh, I
State
already know
attorney's
she
down.
is.
Yeah.
I already know
is?
she is. That's why I
Yeah.
voted for her.
Yeah.
Okay? But my point is this, my child is not even here yet. What I see that has been going on, I ain't gonna front. I told my girl, I said, yo, before we got pregnant, I said, yo, I don't know if I want to bring a child into the world. Because we've been trying. The state of the world right now is, why would I want to? But then I thought back.
It's way better than it's been in the past.
Hold on. I thought back. I thought back to when my mom and my pop were growing up in Brooklyn, New York City, coming from Trinidad, right?
It was bad then.
Right. It was bad then.
Yeah.
In the 70s, the crack era, it was
Listen.
bad then. Cops ain't come around Brooklyn and give a fuck around about no Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? They raised
Still counting.
5 of us. Wait, hold on. No, they raised 4 of us. You know what I mean? Out there in Brooklyn for a time being. And then it was like, yo, man, fuck this. They were the first. I'm not saying the first. There was a few, but my parents owned
One of the
they
first.
owned their house in Brooklyn. They built their house from scratch. That's why I love my father to death. You know what I mean? I call him Superman because I've never seen a man build some shit from scratch. And then you had kids, and it was only him working. My mom was a stay-at-home
Stay-at-home mom.
moms. Right?
Wow.
She had to worry about these things. And yes, I was sheltered because you out in Brooklyn and you seen what's going on. She knew what these cops was about. She saw what the streets was about, right? She was like, yo, fuck that. We out. We going to Florida. Only to find out it's the same
all over the
goddamn
world.
shit
It's
The
here.
South.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's the South.
It's like this is South.
And it's the South.
It's kind of worse down
All
here.
they saw was Get Out and Disneyland.
The weather was good.
It
You
don't
feel me?
snow.
And again, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, for all the beeping going in the background, but you know where we at. Anyway, my point is this. I thought that, okay, well, I'm going to try to protect my kid by doing this, running or moving. And I'm telling my girl, like, yo, look, the best way to protect your children, at least in my opinion, is information. Absolute information. And I'm sorry, training.
Transparency.
You know these white people train their children. They train their kids on firearm defense. And I'm sorry to say, it's specifically about, I've seen it. watermelon head Negro targets. I've seen a little girl shoot off a fucking shotgun like it was her baby.
Shocking.
We don't take that time out to train our kids because we act like it's not real. This will never happen. They're never going to be in a position. They're never going to be in a position to have to defend themselves to that manner.
No, it's not. I don't even think we don't really preach hate.
It's not about that. How is that hating? Defending yourself is not hate.
No. What they're teaching their kids is
All right,
this.
yeah, I get
we
that.
don't really come from that angle.
All right, but see, the thing is this. Okay, I get you on that. But my point is, we have to start teaching our kids how to defend our. Look, listen, watch. I'm gonna
How
fuck
to
your
defend
head up.
themselves, yes. But if we say defend yourself against white people, we're just as bad as them.
You're just saying regular, like,
wow. No,
defense.
I'm talking about defense. Like, look, listen.
Like, take them to the range. Let
I
them
don't mean
just
to take it here,
gun
but
safety,
I believe
things
in
like
that. Taking the kids to the range.
It's not about teaching our kids to defend themselves. It's about teaching our young youths in general to defend our community because we're killing each other too.
That's one thing we can
All right, so let's
start
stop
with.
that. I'm talking about teaching them there was a community of people that, in the days of Africa and all of that stuff, you had a community that we would defend this community. Right? They've taught us, the white man has taught us how to separate ourselves from each other. Honestly speaking, there's our own black people that walk into our own neighborhoods and they scared. They feel more comfortable in white neighborhoods. Okay? It's a trained mindset.
It's not trained. You can get killed in certain black neighborhoods.
Listen, man. You know what I'm saying, Ziggy. Y'all seen the movie Them? Have you seen the series Them?
I haven't.
He was telling me.
Russell,
about
have you seen it?
Have you seen
I
it?
started watching. It's something. It's worth watching. Now.
Really?
Listen,
I
man.
just started it.
Let me tell you something. Anyways, man, I could go on and on. My whole point is that, look, my child, I'm going to try my best to just have him understand the world. And if it's me dumping, if it's me dumping information on him, just dumping information on him,
You like that? Okay.
I'm going to do it. Because I wasn't prepared for none of this shit. Because my parents didn't raise me like that.
So you're going to go for full
Right.
disclosure,
Full
transparency,
disclosure.
and everything.
Absolutely.
I think that's probably one of the
Absolutely.
better routes.
It sounds
and-
harsh because, you got a little child, be a child. Guess what? My child is going to be very well informed. He may be a fucking change in this whole goddamn society.
That's my argument all the time when they say people like children should stay children, but it's like, but then they become adults who are unaware. They're unequipped.
I can't
They're
do it.
unable
I
to
can't
lead.
do
They're
it.
unable to really be
I can't do it.
what they need to be because they've been sheltered and coddled and stripped away from their own ability to critical think at a young age. Whereas like back in the day, we were
Okay,
grown.
but listen. So how do we balance that with? Because then they don't even feel like they can ever be equal. And what we're striving for is equality in this country.
I think we beyond that at this point.
No, I think we're actually at a pivotal
Well,
point to where we can actually gain it.
Look what you just said. You said you think, and I said I think. So therefore, that's a whole nother discussion because you have your opinion and I have
Yes.
mine.
I agree.
Equality, we've been struggling for fucking equality since we got here.
That's why economics
The fuck?
needs
It's
to be at the
past that,
forefront
Ziggy.
of the fucking. Okay, and it's not working. We can march all
So
the fuck
what-
we
there-
want to. It's
there is the
not
conversation we need to have.
working.
How do you feel about that? All of that marching and all of the. What is your take on that?
I think everything adds up. It all adds up. Everybody adds to the value of it, whether it's somebody at a protest, whether it's somebody push economic initiatives.
That's what Monique
whether
Warhol
it's people
is.
in the school
She's
board.
economically gonna help us move forward.
Monique
all-
Warrell, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think we all add up. There need to
I don't
be
even
more.
know.
The governor just passed a law, by the way, that just forbid people from protesting. So they wouldn't have done that if they didn't count. Make no
Yeah,
mistake
that's
about
true.
it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be stripping away voter protections if the stuff didn't matter. They wouldn't.
They just tired of coming and shoot it up.
Yeah, but so you need those people doing it. But you need. I look at where we're shorthanded. You need more people pushing the economic things. We need to have a real talk about the best way to educate. You just heard Malaika talk about homeschooling. You got people in charter schools, public schools, and those are money opportunities, mind you, for communities. Because when you put so many people in school, you get government allocations there.
Right, but see, when they start noticing that, is the government, are they going to be allocating these funds?
Well, no, it's in the numbers. That's why charter schools are getting so much more money. They're privately run, but they're publicly funded. It's economic. That's what I mean. Those are like somebody needs to cover that. We haven't covered that as a black community yet, for real. So it's like everybody's adding their part. So we do need the brothers and sisters in the streets. Now they need to be conscious that they are going to try to set you up and arrest you, that they've been doing that. They're going to provoke you. They're going to pop tear gas and smoke, and they're going to hope that you do something to fight the police back. They are. They're trying to do that too. It's like I've been there. I've been at, I mean, actually, if you look at Monique Worrell's flyer, there's a guy that looks a lot like me standing in the background at those protests she was speaking at initially. But then I was like, you know what? I'm doing a handoff because y'all got this in hand. I'm pushing another thing, And it's like everybody runs their race, and we're all in it together. And it's like, as long as we don't lose sight of that we're trying to hit the same goal of pushing black upward and continuing to build black daily.
Because I'm thinking about what she said in regards to, like, the equality, and I'm kind of at the point is, like, I don't really want to feel equal. I just feel like, where's, like, the humanity in general? Like,
that's what equal means.
Yeah.
Being treated as a human being.
As a human being, but it's like, why did it disappear in the first place? It's kind of like my biggest issue.
It was never here.
It was never here.
That's the problem. It was never here. And
it's like we just got basically just like treated like we're just unhuman. I mean, I've read it a lot in some of the Polish books in regards to like Hitler and Stalin times. It's literally textbook from them, basically what's happened to the black community and us. But
read Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. It'll tell you a lot about what's happening here.
Thank you, doctor. See, this is how economic, right? We were property, right?
Correct.
We were property. The only reason we got put as 3/5 of a person was to help people in the South have enough people to
tax
vote,
breaks,
so
and
they can
have
get
more
so they can have voter congressmen and women.
They can still have power over
and representation. Yeah, that's why we got put in there. But we were assets.
Yes.
It's like this slave
like
was
cars
something we're selling and trading. So then they got freed. They lost their assets. There are people who do want their assets back. That's why people are trying to pull us back in,
Correct, yeah.
And jail is the new Jim Crow, right? Literally.
Profitable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so profitable.
Private prisons and everything.
Private prisons, everything.
And, there's supposed to be a law coming out to where they was trying to shut down private prisons, but I don't know.
I mean, how much they get per one
cellmate?
These crazy.
These
almost 40 grand
upper
a year.
echelon.
They signed it at the federal level.
Yeah, they signed it, but when is it going to come into play? I'm sure it can be appealed as well, and even vetoed for that bill.
Oh no, it's over a 4-year period. It's like it's hard to do it all at one time because you got.
See, this is the funny part. This is the funny part about things. Oh my God, it takes so much time. It takes I never understood.
All we got is time.
Bro, if I am a higher up politician saying, hey, I'm going to write this bill and boom, 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 you guys just sign it, boom, boom, right? Why did it take 4 years? It's literally, hey, look, this is what it is. You with it or not?
Let it be something that's in their favor. If it's in
their favor,
now.
it'll be done instantly. Like
exactly.
You see, them stimulus checks, they push the button, bow, you had your stimulus check in a few days. They have access to everything.
Yo, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Look, this is the beautiful thing about Cocktails and Intellect podcast. We start where we start, but we go where we go. And if you don't like it, me personally, I don't care. You know what I mean? It is what it is because we're going to keep it 100% raw every fucking time we come on this show. All right? Period. But look, listen. Boy. I'm in my zone right now.
I know this can go forever, so we got to wrap this up.
Yo, Russell, I appreciate you, my brother, coming on this show right now, man. I really appreciate you, honestly speaking. We don't like bringing too many people on multiple times on our show, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I gotta have you back on because there's so much other shit that we gotta talk about, man.
I'm down.
You dig what I'm saying?
You can drop knowledge about.
Malika, the same thing with you, because you brought up a few aspects and thought processes based off of this whole conversation that could have led somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And look,
do it. Let's do it.
Love you out of death. It's Cocktails and Intellect podcast, No Chaser, and this is why we keep the No Chaser running. I got my beautiful host with me over here.
Ziggalicious. And please do us a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I'm your boy, YoungC.a.u.s.e, the man that they love to hate, but they shake his hand anyway. And I have my wonderful guest over here. Russell, tell people where they can find you again.
Hey, one love again. I love being here. I love what y'all do. Support black media. We need to push them up more. Share, hit the like button. I'm going to spread it with everybody. You can check me at Russell Drake. I was also at Bill Black Daily. And I think I'm going to create a new creative name called something like The Hotness or something. I'm old. I ain't creative.
Hey. All right, Malika, where do people can find you at?
You can find me at angelic_enchantress34, and I'm on there as Malaika Talani. So
Malaika Talani, nice. Like that. I don't know why when she said it just rolled. Like you can find me on that Malaika Talani.
Thank you guys for coming. We have enjoyed you. Thank you so much for your insight.
And
we out.
I think this might be a part 1.
Yeah.
We'll be back.